Did you know that many of our Christmas traditions have fascinating historical origins? From Roman festivals to advertising campaigns, Christmas is a blend of cultures and stories. It's a time of twinkling lights, joyous carols, and stories whispered around crackling fires. We gather with loved ones, share gifts, and celebrate the spirit of giving. In this video, we'll explore 10 Christmas curiosities that will surely surprise you. Stay until the end to find out how Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was born. The very word Christmas itself holds a story that stretches back through centuries, echoing with the spirit of celebration and reverence. It comes from the Latin nativitas, meaning birth. This word, so simple yet profound, refers to the birth of Jesus, the central event commemorated during this holiday. While today, our modern celebrations are often filled with twinkling lights and brightly wrapped gifts, we must remember that Christmas's origin is deeply spiritual. The story of Christmas is a story of faith, hope, and the promise of salvation. It is a story that has been told and retold for generations, passed down through families and communities, each adding their own unique traditions and interpretations to its rich tapestry. We often picture Christmas on a snowy December night, but did you know that we don't know the exact date of Jesus' birth? The date of December 25th was chosen in the 4th century, a decision steeped in history and cultural adaptation. It's believed that this date was chosen in part to align with existing pagan festivities, such as the winter solstice. This period, marking the shortest day of the year and the return of the sun, was already a time of celebration and feasting in many cultures. By aligning Christmas with these existing traditions, early Christian leaders hoped to make the transition to Christianity smoother for those who were accustomed to celebrating the solstice. Before the familiar carols and twinkling lights of Christmas, the Romans celebrated a festival known as Saturnalia, a joyous occasion honoring Saturn, the god of agriculture. During this week-long festival, the Roman world was transformed into a whirlwind of merriment. People exchanged gifts, adorned their homes with festive decorations, and indulged in feasts that seemed to stretch on forever. The atmosphere was electric, with music, laughter, and a sense of shared celebration permeating every corner of society. Interestingly, many of these Saturnalia traditions, the gift-giving, the decorations, the festive spirit, were gradually integrated into the celebration of Christmas. Over time, these elements, once part of a pagan festival, became interwoven with the Christian celebration, adding their own unique flavor to the holiday we know and love today. Chapter 4. The Christmas Tree's Humble Beginnings. The Christmas tree, a symbol so deeply ingrained in our holiday celebrations, has its roots in 16th century Germany. Imagine a time when the tradition was just beginning to take shape. Families would bring evergreen trees, often pines, into their homes, transforming them into shimmering beacons of holiday cheer. These weren't the elaborate trees we often see today, adorned with twinkling lights and shimmering ornaments. Instead, they were decorated with simple yet meaningful items: candles representing the Star of Bethlehem, fruits symbolizing the gifts of the Magi, and sweets representing the sweetness of life. This tradition, born from humble beginnings, quickly spread across Europe, carried on the winds of cultural exchange, and embraced by people from all walks of life. Eventually, it made its way across the Atlantic, taking root in the Americas and becoming a cherished tradition in homes around the world. Chapter 5. A Spark of Innovation, the First Christmas Lights. The twinkling Christmas lights that illuminate our homes and streets each December have a surprisingly recent origin. In 1882, Edward H. Johnson, a close colleague of the renowned inventor Thomas Edison, embarked on a project that would forever change the way we celebrate Christmas. Johnson, driven by a desire to create something truly magical, decided to incorporate Edison's newly invented electric lights into his Christmas decorations. Picture the scene: a darkened room, the air thick with anticipation as Johnson unveiled his creation, a Christmas tree adorned with 80 colorful, hand-wired electric lights. The lights, like tiny points of fire, flickered and danced, casting a warm, inviting glow upon the room. It was a sight to behold, a testament to human ingenuity and the magic of the holiday season. This groundbreaking display marked the beginning of a beloved tradition, one that continues to light up our holidays year after year. Chapter 6. Mistletoe, from Norse myths to stolen kisses. The tradition of kissing under mistletoe has roots in ancient Norse mythology. Norse people believed mistletoe symbolized peace and love. It was thought to have mystical powers, healing wounds and bringing good luck. The legend of Baldur, beloved by all, is central to this belief. His mother, Frigg, secured promises from all creatures to protect him, except mistletoe. Loki exploited this, crafting an arrow from mistletoe, leading to Baldur's death. Frigg's tears transformed mistletoe berries into symbols of peace and love. Thus, mistletoe became a symbol of love and reconciliation, leading to the tradition of kissing beneath it. Chapter 7. The image of Santa Claus that springs to mind, rosy-cheeked, jolly with a twinkle in his eye and a sack full of toys, is one that has been carefully cultivated over decades. While the legend of Santa Claus has its roots in the generosity of St. Nicholas, it was a savvy marketing campaign by Coca-Cola in the 1930s that cemented the image we know and love today. Before Coca-Cola's intervention, depictions of Santa Claus varied widely. He was often portrayed as a tall, thin man, sometimes even a bit stern. However, Coca-Cola, seeking to boost sales of their beverage during the winter months, decided to create a more relatable, approachable Santa. They enlisted the talents of illustrator Haddon Sundblom, who, drawing inspiration from Clement Clarke Moore's poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, crafted a Santa who was plump, jolly, and instantly endearing. Dressed in Coca-Cola's signature red and white colors, Santa Claus became the embodiment of holiday cheer, a marketing triumph that continues to shape our perception of Christmas to this day. Santa Claus, the jolly figure who brings joy to children around the world, has his roots in a real historical figure, St. Nicholas. Born in the 4th century in what is now Turkey, St. Nicholas was known for his piety and generosity, particularly towards children. One of the most famous legends surrounding St. Nicholas tells the story of a poor man who couldn't afford dowries for his 3 daughters. Desperate, the man considered selling his daughters into servitude. However, St. Nicholas, hearing of their plight, secretly delivered 3 bags of gold to the family, ensuring the daughters' well-being. This act of selfless giving, along with numerous other charitable deeds, earned St. Nicholas a reputation as a protector of children and the embodiment of generosity. Over centuries, the legend of St. Nicholas spread throughout Europe, evolving over time into the figure we now know as Santa Claus. While the mode of transport and the exact details of his appearance may have changed, the core of Santa Claus's character, his kindness, generosity, and love for children, remains a testament to the enduring legacy of St. Nicholas. The image of Santa Claus soaring through the night sky in a sleigh pulled by 8 tiny reindeer is one that immediately evokes the magic of Christmas. But have you ever wondered where this enchanting tradition originated? The answer lies in a poem, published in 1823, that captured the imaginations of generations to come. A Visit from St. Nicholas, more commonly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Penned by Clement Clarke Moore, this beloved poem introduced the world to Santa's 8 original reindeer: Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. Moore's vivid descriptions brought the reindeer to life, painting a picture of their playful personalities and the jingling bells that announced Santa's arrival. The poem, an instant success, quickly became a Christmas classic, solidifying the image of Santa and his reindeer in the hearts and minds of children and adults alike. Rudolph, the most famous reindeer of all, with his shiny red nose guiding Santa's sleigh, wasn't part of Santa's original crew. His story begins in the world of advertising. In 1939, Montgomery Ward created a coloring book to attract shoppers. Robert L. May, inspired by his daughter's love for deer, created Rudolph. Rudolph, with his red nose, saved Christmas by guiding Santa's sleigh. The story's themes of acceptance and resilience resonated deeply. The coloring book was a massive hit, distributing over 2 million copies. As we've journeyed through the fascinating origins of Christmas traditions, from the echoes of ancient Roman festivals to the birth of beloved Christmas characters, we've uncovered a tapestry woven from history, culture, and the enduring human spirit. Christmas is indeed a magical time, but it's also a reminder of the history and traditions that unite us. From Saturnalia to Rudolph, every element has a special meaning that enriches our celebration. Tell us in the comments, which of these facts surprised you the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can discover the fascinating origins of Christmas. Happy holidays! Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some fascinating facts about Christmas traditions. You might think you know everything about this magical time of the year, but did you know that not all carols were religious? Or that turkey wasn't always the main dish at Christmas in Europe? Stay with us and discover these and other stories that will give you a whole new perspective on Christmas. So grab some eggnog, get cozy by the fireplace, and get ready to laugh because we're about to deck the halls with some serious Christmas knowledge. Alright, first up we're jetting off to Colombia. You know how much I love a good party, and let me tell you, they know how to celebrate Christmas in Colombia. It all starts on December 7th with a festival called Dia de las Velitas, or Day of the Little Candles. Imagine this, the sun sets and boom, entire cities and towns are illuminated with thousands, no, millions of candles and lanterns. Families light candles outside their homes on balconies and windows, you name it. The streets are glowing, the air is filled with the warm scent of candle wax, and everyone's out and about, enjoying the festive atmosphere. It's a beautiful tradition that officially kicks off the Christmas season in Colombia. The Day of the Little Candles commemorates the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, celebrating the Catholic belief in Mary's conception without sin. But here's the kicker. The tradition of lighting candles is believed to have roots in ancient indigenous celebrations honoring the winter solstice. So next time you light a candle during the holidays, think of the Day of the Little Candles in Colombia. Okay, let's talk carols. We all know them, we all love them, but did you know those catchy Christmas tunes weren't always about reindeer and Santa Claus? That's right, folks, carols have a surprising past. Way back in the day, like way back, carols were the pop songs of their time. Forget about Spotify and Apple Music, people were singing these tunes in the streets, in taverns, and at festivals. Around the 16th century, religious leaders were like, hey, these melodies are catchy. Let's use them to teach people about Christmas. And bam! Carols got a religious makeover. Some of the oldest carols we still sing today, like the Holly and the Ivy, have lyrics that blend those ancient pagan traditions with Christian themes. It's a beautiful reminder that Christmas is a tapestry of cultures and beliefs, all woven together. Hold on to your Santa hats, folks, because we're about to travel back to 1843, the year the first Christmas card was born. Meet Sir Henry Cole, a British businessman who was so swamped with Christmas greetings that he needed a faster way to spread the holiday cheer. He commissioned his artist friend, John Calcott Horsley, to design a festive card that he could send to all his friends and family. And thus, the first Christmas card was born. This groundbreaking card featured a heartwarming illustration of a family enjoying a Christmas feast, flanked by scenes of charitable giving. It was a hit. People loved the idea of sending personalized greetings, and the Christmas card tradition took off faster than Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve. So, next time you're signing a stack of Christmas cards, remember Sir Henry Cole and his brilliant idea. Alright, let's talk about one of my favorite Christmas traditions, Advent calendars. You know, those magical countdowns that make December fly by faster than a reindeer in a snowstorm. Our journey takes us back to the 19th century Germany, where families were looking for fun ways to help their kids count down the days until Christmas. Parents would draw chalk marks on their doors or walls, marking off each day as they inched closer to Christmas. But then, someone had a genius idea. Why not make the countdown more exciting? And thus, the first Advent calendars were born. These early versions were simple, often featuring religious pictures or Bible verses behind little doors. But as the years went by, Advent calendars got a serious upgrade. We're talking chocolate, toys, little gifts, you name it. Suddenly, counting down to Christmas became a daily treasure hunt. It's the perfect way to satisfy your sweet tooth and get into the holiday spirit. Okay, picture this. It's the 13th century, and a charismatic friar named Francis of Assisi is about to change the way we celebrate Christmas forever. Francis was all about simplicity and connecting with the true meaning of Christmas. He felt that people were getting caught up in the commercialism and forgetting the real reason for the season. So Francis had a brilliant idea. He decided to create a living, breathing nativity scene in a cave near his town. He invited real people to play the roles of Mary, Joseph, the shepherds, even the animals. Can you imagine the casting call for that? This wasn't your average school play, folks. Francis wanted to create an immersive experience that would transport people back to the night Jesus was born. It worked. People flocked from all over to witness Francis's living nativity scene. Francis's idea spread like wildfire, and soon, nativity scenes became a beloved Christmas tradition all over the world. Alright, get ready to laugh, because we're about to explore a Christmas tradition that's a little bit mischievous, a little bit wacky, and a whole lot of fun. It's called the Day of the Holy Innocents, and it's celebrated in many Spanish-speaking countries on December 28th. While this day has religious origins, commemorating the innocent infants who were killed by King Herod, it's evolved into something a lot more lighthearted. Think of it as Christmas's answer to April Fool's Day. On this day, it's all about pranks, jokes, and good-natured fun. Newspapers publish fake headlines, friends trick each other, and kids might even get away with some harmless mischief. One popular prank is to stick paper cutouts, called monogoats, on people's backs without them noticing. It's like a stealthy game of tag, but with paper dolls. And the best part? No one gets offended. It's all in good fun. The Day of the Holy Innocents is a reminder that even during the holidays, it's important to find moments for laughter and joy. It's a time to embrace the unexpected, let go of our worries, and just have a good time. Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite Christmas color, combo red and green. These two hues are as synonymous with Christmas as Santa Claus and reindeer. But have you ever wondered why? First up, we've got red, the color of passion, love, and Santa's suit. But did you know that in Christian tradition, red also symbolizes the blood of Jesus? It's a powerful reminder of the sacrifice he made and the love that lies at the heart of Christmas. Now let's talk green. This vibrant hue represents life, renewal, and those evergreen trees that stay green all year round, even in the dead of winter. It's a symbol of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, life goes on. But here's a fun fact. Red and green weren't always the go-to Christmas colors. In medieval times, blue was the color of royalty and was often associated with the Virgin Mary. It wasn't until the Victorian era that red and green really took center stage. Alright, let's talk about the star of the show, literally. The Christmas star, perched atop our trees, isn't just a shiny decoration. It's a symbol steeped in history, faith, and a little bit of celestial mystery. According to the Christmas story, a bright star appeared in the sky, guiding the wise men, or magi, to the birthplace of Jesus. This star, often called the Star of Bethlehem, has captured the imaginations of people for centuries. Was it a real astronomical event? A miracle? A symbol dreamt up by the gospel writers? We may never know for sure, but one thing's for certain. The Christmas star represents hope, guidance, and the light that shines even in the darkest of nights. Regardless of its scientific explanation, the Christmas star holds a special place in our hearts. Okay, let's be honest, folks. One of the best parts of Christmas is the gifts. But did you know that this beloved tradition has roots in a story that's over 2,000 years old? That's right. We're talking about the wise men and their epic gift-giving game. According to the Christmas story, the wise men, guided by that famous star, traveled for miles to bring gifts to the newborn King Jesus. These weren't just any gifts, though. They were symbolic offerings: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold, the ultimate symbol of wealth and royalty, acknowledged Jesus as the King of Kings. Frankincense, a fragrant resin used in religious ceremonies, recognized his divinity, and myrrh, a perfume used for anointing the dead, foreshadowed his sacrifice. All right, we've made it to the grand finale, the night before Christmas, Christmas Eve. This magical night, celebrated on December 24th, is like the calm before the Christmas storm, a time for anticipation, excitement, and maybe a few too many cookies. For many families, Christmas Eve is all about traditions. We're talking cozy pajamas, heartwarming movies, and maybe even a reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It's a time to slow down, connect with loved ones, and savor the magic of the season. Growing up, my family would always go to church on Christmas Eve, then come home and feast on a delicious meal. We'd exchange gifts, sing carols, and just enjoy each other's company. But Christmas Eve isn't just about family time. It's also a time of spiritual reflection for many. Whether you're religious or not, there's something undeniably magical about Christmas Eve. Wow, we covered a lot of ground tonight. From Colombian candles to mischievous pranks, we've explored the fascinating and often hilarious origins of our favorite Christmas traditions. Who knew there was so much history behind those candy canes and carols? But most importantly, I hope these stories have reminded you that Christmas is more than just presents and decorations. It's about spending time with loved ones, spreading joy, and celebrating the things that truly matter. So, from my family to yours, have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a joyous Kwanzaa, and a happy and healthy New Year. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, we've got a video chock full of Christmas and tech curiosities that you probably didn't know about. From the first text message ever sent, spoiler alert, it was festive, to ancient traditions that'll make you say, huh, never knew that. Christmas is packed with more history and surprises than a fruitcake from your weird Aunt Carol. So if you want to learn more than you ever thought possible about candy canes and gingerbread, stay with us until the end. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with an incredible tech curiosity that even left my jaw on the floor. Did you know that the first text message in history was sent in 1992? That's right, back when MC Hammer was still a thing. And you know what that first text message said? It simply said, Merry Christmas. A simple two-word message that marked the beginning of a communication revolution. Today, text messages are as essential to our daily lives as coffee and complaining about the news. It's amazing to think how far we've come in just a few decades, all thanks to a simple Christmas greeting. Moving on from the wonders of technology to the ancient traditions of Christmas, let's talk about holly. You know, that festive plant with the prickly leaves and bright red berries? Well, holly is more than just a decoration, it's a symbol steeped in history and meaning. Holly symbolizes the crown of thorns worn by Christ during his crucifixion. Those sharp leaves, they represent the thorns, and the red berries, they symbolize the drops of blood. So, next time you're decking the halls with boughs of holly, take a moment to appreciate the deeper meaning behind this ancient and symbolic plant. Now let's talk about something that's a little less prickly and a lot more delicious. Gingerbread. This sweet and spicy treat has been a Christmas staple for centuries. The story of gingerbread dates back to the Middle Ages, when it was first baked in Europe. The spices used to make gingerbread ginger, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg were expensive and hard to come by, making gingerbread a treat reserved for special occasions like, you guessed it, Christmas. Thankfully, the secret recipe got out, and gingerbread eventually became a Christmas tradition enjoyed by people from all walks of life. Whether you prefer your gingerbread in cookie form, house form, or even latte form, there's no denying the irresistible charm of this Christmas classic. Alright, let's talk about another Christmas treat that's as iconic as it is delicious, the candy cane. Those red and white striped beauties are as synonymous with Christmas as Santa Claus himself. But have you ever stopped to wonder about the story behind these peppermint sticks? Their distinctive shape represents a shepherd's staff, and the colors? The white represents Christ's purity, while the red symbolizes his sacrifice. Legend has it that these sugary treats were first introduced to the Christmas scene way back in the 1600s by a choir master in Germany. Now, let's take a trip down south, shall we? In many Latin American countries, Christmas is celebrated with a bang. Literally. That's right, we're talking about fireworks. Forget the silent night. In these parts, Christmas Eve is a symphony of light and sound, with fireworks illuminating the night sky and a dazzling display of pyrotechnics. Families gather in town squares, on rooftops, and in their backyards to watch the spectacle unfold. But the fireworks aren't just for show. They also hold a special significance during the Christmas season. They symbolize the joy and festive spirit of the holidays, a way to celebrate the birth of Christ with a bang and a shower of sparks. It's a tradition that's both exhilarating and meaningful, a reminder that Christmas is a time for celebration and wonder. And speaking of Christmas traditions, let's talk about a character who, despite his best efforts, has become synonymous with the holiday season, the Grinch. This green, furry character has managed to wiggle his way into our hearts and homes, becoming an integral part of our festive celebrations. You know, the one green fur, grumpy disposition, a heart 2 sizes too small. The Grinch is instantly recognizable with his scowling face and mischievous grin. This iconic character created by the brilliant mind of Dr. Seuss back in 1957, has become a Christmas staple, as beloved as Rudolph and Frosty. The story of how the Grinch stole Christmas has been passed down through generations, enchanting both young and old. But here's the thing, the Grinch wasn't always meant to be a Christmas icon. Originally, he was just a grumpy hermit who despised the holiday season and everything it stood for. In Dr. Seuss's original story, the Grinch was a straight-up villain, a grumpy hermit who hated Christmas and everything about it. He lived in isolation, plotting to ruin the joy of the Who's down in Whoville. He tried to steal Christmas, remember? He snuck into Whoville, dressed as Santa Claus, and took all the presents, decorations, and even the Christmas feast. But somewhere along the line, something magical happened. The Grinch, despite his best efforts to be grumpy and mean, captured the hearts of readers and viewers alike. His story of redemption and transformation resonated with many, showing that even the coldest hearts can warm up. Maybe it was his furry green exterior, or maybe it was his eventual change of heart. But whatever the reason, the Grinch went from being a Christmas villain to a Christmas icon. His transformation from a heartless hermit to a beloved figure is a testament to the power of the holiday spirit. Today the Grinch is everywhere during the holidays. His image adorns countless products, from decorations to clothing, and his story is retold in various adaptations. He's on our TVs, in our stores, even on our pajamas. The Grinch has become a symbol of the holiday season, reminding us of the importance of love, kindness, and the true spirit of Christmas. The Grinch, with his grumpy demeanor and his heart of gold, reminds us that even the grumpiest of Grinches can find the Christmas spirit. His story is a timeless reminder that the true meaning of Christmas lies in our hearts. Now, let's hop on a plane and head over to the land of the rising sun, where Christmas is celebrated a little differently than what you might be used to. The streets are adorned with beautiful lights and decorations, creating a festive atmosphere that is truly unique. In Japan, Christmas isn't a religious holiday, but rather a time for spreading happiness and joy. But that doesn't mean it's not celebrated with gusto. The Japanese have their own special ways of making the season bright. For starters, forget the turkey and stuffing. These traditional Western dishes are not the main attraction here. In Japan, the traditional Christmas dinner centers around, wait for it, fried chicken. Yes, you heard that right. That's right, KFC is the go-to spot for Christmas dinner in Japan. Families line up to get their special Christmas buckets. And for dessert? Forget the fruitcake and pumpkin pie. These are not the stars of the show. In Japan, it's all about the Christmas cake. This delightful treat is a must-have during the holiday season. Japanese Christmas cake is a thing of beauty, a true feast for the eyes and the taste buds. It's a light and fluffy sponge cake decorated with whipped cream, strawberries, and other festive adornments. Each bite is a piece of heaven. It's a tradition that started in the country in the 1970s and has since become a beloved part of Japanese Christmas culture. It's become so popular that you can find Christmas cakes in bakeries all over Japan throughout the holiday season. They are a staple in every household. So, if you're ever lucky enough to spend Christmas in Japan, you're in for a treat. Be sure to ditch the turkey and stuffing and embrace the fried chicken and Christmas cake. It's an experience you won't forget. Alright, let's be honest, no Christmas season is complete without a healthy dose of holiday movies, and when it comes to Christmas movies, there's one that stands head and shoulders above the rest. Home Alone. Released back in 1990, this John Hughes classic, starring a young Macaulay Culkin at his mischievous best, has become a Christmas tradition for families around the world. The story is simple yet brilliant. A young boy, accidentally left behind by his family while they jet off to Paris for Christmas, has to defend his home from a pair of bumbling burglars. What ensues is a hilarious and heartwarming adventure filled with booby traps, slapstick comedy, and a surprising amount of heart. Home Alone has earned its place as a Christmas classic, a film that continues to entertain and delight audiences of all ages. Now let's take a stroll through a winter wonderland, shall we? I'm talking about Christmas markets, those magical pop-up villages that transform cities and towns around the world into festive wonderlands. And no one does Christmas markets quite like Germany. These markets, with their origins dating back to the 15th century, are a feast for the senses, filled with the aroma of roasted nuts, gingerbread, and glühwein. But Christmas markets are more than just a pretty sight. They're a tradition deeply rooted in community and craftsmanship. Whether you're sipping on glue wine, browsing the stalls for treasures, or simply enjoying the festive ambiance, Christmas markets offer a truly magical experience. Finally, let's talk about the most iconic mode of transportation in the world: Santa Claus's sleigh. This enchanting vehicle has been a part of holiday lore for generations, bringing joy and wonder to people of all ages. This magical vehicle, pulled by 8 tiny reindeer, 9 if you count Rudolph, has captured the imaginations of children and adults alike for centuries. The sight of Santa's sleigh soaring through the night sky is a cherished image during the holiday season. In the early days of the Santa Claus legend, his sleigh wasn't exactly the high-flying magical chariot we know and love today. It was a humble yet charming mode of transportation. In some stories, Santa's sleigh was depicted as a simple wooden sled, pulled by reindeer through the snow. This modest sleigh was a far cry from the fantastical version we envision now. It wasn't until later that the sleigh took on a more magical quality, soaring through the skies, delivering presents to good little boys and girls all over the world. This transformation added a layer of enchantment to the Christmas tradition. Over time, the tales of Santa Claus evolved, and with each retelling, the sleigh became more fantastical, more magical. The evolution of Santa's sleigh reflects the growing magic and wonder associated with Christmas. Today, Santa's sleigh is a symbol of Christmas magic, a reminder that anything is possible with a little bit of belief. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of imagination and the spirit of the holiday season. And there you have it, 10 Christmas curiosities that will make you look at the holiday season in a whole new way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. See you in the next video, and from all of us here, have a very Merry Christmas.